If there's, as an actor, what roles maybe you haven't yet tackled that maybe you would like to?
Maybe repeat the question. Could everybody hear the question?
Sorry.
No. Okay, yeah.
You asked me what roles in horror that I would like to tackle.
No, outside of horror.
Outside of horror, well, even better. I'm a theater person. That's where I started. I have my master's in theater, so every year and a half, I return to the boards. That's where I love. I just got offered a play up in Rochester called The Magician's Daughter. It's a character piece loosely based on Tempest, Prospero, but I don't think it's going to work out. But it's always lovely being asked. I'm sort of segueing into producing now and hopefully directing. So I got this beautiful baseball project that I'm very close to me that I'm going to be passing on to people that I know and love. It's called Sept. So that's happening, and there's a bunch of stuff in the can. I don't want to bore you with listing it, but Screw is one, Hellfest is one. I don't know, what else is hot?
Tony is a phenomenal actor. I think we all can agree
Oh,
on
a
that.
bunch of games are coming out.
Yes, big round of applause for that. I for one hope to see you in everything, not just horror. You should be everywhere.
We were talking before he came on about Satchel Paige and why there's never been a great film about him. And I've been looking at photos of him because he was pitching, well into his 50s. And I just did a one-man show about Jack Johnson, the first African-American heavyweight champion. I don't know if anybody saw the fight last night, but at least it went 12 rounds. Yeah. Well, gee.
More questions?
Live long, live horror, folks. I hope everybody had a good weekend in Monsterpalooza.
Yeah. Person on the left, shout it out.
So you said it's going to be like a franchise. So how many movies were you thinking of making?
Wow.
French, the question is, do you want to?
The question was, if it's a franchise, how many do we hope to make?
Yeah.
As many as you all want to see. Again, we have the idea of the film is Tony's character, the Barker, runs these parks, and it's a character I want to explore. Again, I love these horror festivals, and I think there's so much to explore with it. I also have a whole catalog of kills that I'd like to accomplish. So I'll get the chance to do that, let our character, our other, sort of evolve. But the fun thing is, I've seen every Halloween film, I've seen every Friday the 13th film, I've seen every Nightmare on Elm Street film, I've seen every Chucky film. I've seen all these films, I love them, and I keep going back to them. So hopefully this resonates with everyone here and with audiences abroad, and we can make a whole bunch. So I want to put a limit on it.
Did you do the edit on Hellfest as well?
I did. I cut it.
As double duty.
Yes.
That shows that the filmmaker loves what he's doing.
Yes, I apologize to my family for not seeing them for about a year. But yeah, it was fun. It was beautiful to shoot it, to cut it, and again, great support system, and when you got great actors, it makes your life a lot easier.
Greg, you've been riding this wave of horror films in the last couple of years, this explosion in horror films. What do you owe the popularity to? And Tony, we've been doing this stuff since the 90s when you were lucky. If you had 3 or 4 horror films. Yeah.
And thanks, congratulations on coming back.
Yes, Fangoria, that's so exciting.
I mean, we were lucky you had 3 or 4 major horror films a year. Now every month you have 3 or 4 major horror films.
And on television.
Yeah, television.
On television.
So what do you guys owe this renaissance? I mean, this is a great time to be a horror fan and a horror filmmaker.
I think people have embraced it more. I kind of cut my teeth with in the Blumhouse world with Paranormal Activities and so forth, and fear. We all live with fear. We all grow up with our own fears from day one. You're afraid of what's under your bed. You're afraid of getting in trouble. You're afraid of what's in your closet. You're afraid of so many things. And the nice thing lately with this renaissance is there's been a lot of smart horror. There's been a lot of taking those fears and again, I'll use Get Out as an example, is taking it to a social level and not just saying, again, this film is an homage, it's a love letter to the slasher films I grew up on. But there's so many socially active horror films right now. So it's not just fitting into one box. There's been, obviously the Saw films were so well received, and then the paranormal went for more of a, obviously the paranormal bend. And there's just a broad spectrum of horror right now. But it's all capitalizing on the fact that we all have these fears, and it becomes a very cathartic experience to sit in the theater and release these fears and get over them.
Antonio, what are your thoughts, having ridden this wave for so long?
Well, you know, I've been doing more television lately. We did Dead of Summer a couple of years ago for Freeform. I spent like 17 hours a night up in the Vancouver woods, with other teenagers. It was fun. But I just did a pilot actually for a horror reality show, which is one reason I'm wearing a suit, because they want me to always be suited up from now on. I'm going to be a horror host as we explore and go around mysterious events that are occurring in America. We're really excited by it. Kinetic Content is the company that's doing it. So if that flies, that'll be another part-time job.
What's the name of that? What's the name of that, Tony?
What's the name of that show?
It has something to do with my name.
That's all you need.
No, it's like a road trip thing. I mean, I just got a message from the producer today. They're very, I can't predict anything, but they're very high on it. And there's so many reality shows out there. There's so many ghost hunting shows. This will be completely unique. And we will investigate people that have had real life horror experiences. And I'll be sort of like a horror psychologist that tries to let them know it's okay. Yeah, it's going to be fun. No, horror is okay, folks. It's okay to be scared. If you aren't scared of something, we wouldn't be here. So, horror movies present those little prisms up for you to see what's
It's so great that for so many years it felt like horror was that stepchild that you wanted to keep in the back.
Well, they try to make it like that.
Right. But now it's such, the renaissance is great. I don't think it's going to go away.
No, it makes money for Hollywood, even though they don't want to admit it.